There's a quiet trend happening in Britain right now. One that most people don't see. They don't want to see what they don't want to see. You, however, are looking for confirmation of your biggest fears. The good news is that your fears could actually be an opportunity for you. Over 10,000 millionaires are leaving the UK in a matter of years. That's not noise, that's a signal. In fact, it's a mass exodus. A signal that the environment is no longer friendly to people who build, create, or want to grow. People like you, people like me, and people like us. Those who reject the matrix and everything it stands for. Well, what's good rejecting the matrix if your wealth is being sucked away anyway from you by the money-hungry taxman? The UK is becoming a place where success is tolerated at best, but more often it's targeted through tax, policy, and even culture. I recently was in Bali, traveling extremely cheaply, spending £400 to £500 a month. With my Dubai residency already set up, I offered a motorbike ride home to a British guy who was at my boxing class. We got talking while driving through the jungle of Ubud, and I explained I am a resident of Dubai. I pay no taxes. He couldn't believe it. He was making good money as an executive at a Scottish-based NGO, but he reacted as if it was a bad thing that I was free from the constraints of Mother England. I mentioned in conversation that there is a mass exodus of millionaires leaving the UK, that the best of the best in our country was fleeing to places like Dubai to live in the sun, pay no taxes, pay less for rent, food, for everything. And he said, that's good if they want to leave, they should leave. I can't understand the mentality that some Brits have, that wealth is bad. For those of us who are enlightened enough to know that any economy is kept healthy by its wealthy population, that is such a non-starter thing to say. I get it though, I wasn't born into wealth, but I'm part of this generation of freedom seekers, of disruptors, of hard workers, part of the small few who break free. If you've worked hard to build something, wealth, freedom, optionality, the question becomes, are you in an environment that protects it or consumes it? Now contrast the UK's asphyxiating business environment with Dubai's laissez-faire, do what you want as long as you tick off some boxes hustler culture. It's not just the tax structure, it's not just the weather, but the energy, the clarity, the momentum. Dubai is not chaotic, it's not a distraction, it's a focused environment built for people who think long term. People like you. You walk around the mall and you see 500 people your same age making tens of thousands of dollars on MacBooks working for 12 hours in Tim Hortons, while the people they grew up going to school with are still earning their 2,000 quid a month, drowning in debt, taxes, crime, rising living costs, etc. The world is splitting in two, places that are sinking into scarcity and places that are building for abundance. In scarcity, governments chase, they grab. They're simply creating societies that are on the verge of falling apart. In abundance, however, systems are designed to reward contribution and those who want to work for 16 hours a day, to attract energy, capital, ambition, not push it away. They are the meccas of the future. This is not about hype for Dubai though. It's about choosing a foundation that matches the life you're trying to build. And if you're still pouring energy into a country that's draining it faster than you can create, something needs to change. That's what Dubai offers. In fact, they built the entire ecosystem with people like you and I in mind. It's not just the ability to earn without penalty or prejudice, but to preserve what you've built and then grow from a position of clarity, not chaos. If that makes sense to you, there's one company making that transition seamless: Genzone. Genzone isn't a sales team. They're the green berets of the company setup industry. Experts, titans in fact. They walk you through everything from company setup to tax residency in plain language with a focus on control, efficiency, and peace of mind. No hype, no pressure, just what's best for you. There are 0 hidden costs, 0 errors, and 0 overpriced invoices. Here's the truth. You don't need to move full-time to Dubai. You can spend 500 quid a month when you're in Bali, or you can spend 20% less in living costs when you're in Dubai versus London, Miami, or Sydney, and you can spend half of your living costs when you're in Prague, Porto, or Istanbul. I spent $2,000 across 4 months traveling Southeast Asia, paying 0% taxes on my earnings. People do not understand that a Dubai Genzone residency can be the ticket to freedom. You don't need to give up your identity. You don't need to explain yourself. You just need to take your future seriously enough to explore your options before they disappear. The window is open for now. If you're earning between £50,000 and £800,000 annually or even more, the numbers make sense. But the logic goes deeper than that. This isn't just a relocation, and against popular belief, you don't need to make a six-figure salary to justify the move. If you earn 5,000 quid a month, you will already be saving lots of percentage points in your income annually on that nasty 45% blood drain. You can even spend up to 6 months a year in the UK or in your country where you're from, where you usually live, in most cases, to visit your friends and family without losing your residency. It's the difference between surviving in an ecosystem that's falling behind and thriving in a system that's building forward. Oh, and you only need to be in Dubai for a minimum of 90 days a year, which is 3 months. You don't leave your home country because you're afraid. You leave because you're aware, emboldened to take control over your future, to put your future or current kids as a priority, and to put more money back into your pocket that shouldn't have been stolen from you to begin with. Book a free consultation with Genzone today. Did you hear me just say free? That wasn't a mistake. If you're still watching, you should already know it's time to start thinking bigger. Don't wait until they don't let you leave untaxed, like in the case of the US and France. Be bold and impulsive. Be the change that our country needs.